worldwide. This is one thing right here that I've been curious about, man. In case you guys don't know, that's Omi In A Hellcat. And apparently this happened. I think he's reached his wit's end. He was seeing and engaged to, I don't know if he married her, a girl called Mimi. And at one time, I really thought that him and Mimi had a great thing going. I really thought that they were going to ride off into the sunset and everything was just going to be cool, man. You know? He goes to prison for if you don't know, he was finessing the fire sticks. He was taking the signal or whatever from the big platforms, the broadcasting platforms and stuff like that, and giving people the ability to subscribe to him for a fraction of what you would usually pay if you paid a subscription with anybody else. So with that, he served his time, and I think they said something like he finessed 30 million. I don't know. But before we even get into that, I go by the name of Caesar, aka Mr. Sneaker Ride, and you tuned in to Apparently This Happened. And apparently this happened. Omi In A Hellcat is breaking his silence finally, because he's been a little quiet since he was released from prison. And we get to hear where his mind is and what he's about to do. Let's check this out.
So, hey, what's up, guys? So, I'm coming down right now. I'm setting up all my interviews. I'm going to talk about everything that's going on.
Big up.
I'm going to speak about the current situation with Mimi, how she took down my YouTube page.
What?
How she stole all my property. How her and her sisters, her and her sister stole, equipment from me.
You know the one thing about people when they go to prison, if they got a good support base around them, these things don't happen. But a lot of the time when people, especially people who are in street life, I'm not saying that he's involved in any type of street life or politics or whatever, but quite a few people who go to prison, your homie's gonna sleep with your wife or your BM or whatever, or try to. They're gonna steal from you. You're not gonna get as many calls, man. People are not gonna be checking on you like it was before, when you were bankrolling everything and you were the man, right? There is no loyalty. But for Mimi, I just wonder, what was it that made her, on his part, there was some infidelities, right? Let's be transparent. A woman scorned is dangerous. But what his infidelities enough for her and her family to allegedly conspire and follow through with taking his properties and embezzling funds and taking his things, right? And having him come home, no YouTube channel, this, that, that's what I heard, and I can read it over there. So this is wild, man.
Motorcycles, vehicles, sold my vehicles while I was in prison. I'm going to talk about pretty much everything. The way she did me super dirty. I'm going to talk about how I came home to none of my belongings.
Damn.
I'm going to talk about the way her and her mom, you know what I'm saying, set me up, like they were attempting to set me up to get killed. I have all the footage, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm setting up all my interviews because I think I've been very patient. I've been very quiet. I've been trying to spare her as long as I can. And, I took a person that was making $10 an hour, whatever she was making, from Zales, and I saved her life. And for you to go and steal every single things that I've been collecting for 20 plus years, my YouTube channel, all right? Like, I'm requesting everything from the federal government, the metadata, my cell phone number, pretty much the way that I try to hide assets, the way that I bought the warehouse through other properties that I sold while I was, on pretrial. Like, I am going to make this such a big fucking deal. And I think that it's time for this shit to come out. And I've been very quiet because I've been waiting and very patient to see what she was willing to do. But I think that it's time to now blow this shit up and speak about this situation and release all the conversations that happened inside of that warehouse. because I did have that warehouse under surveillance with microphones and cameras. And
I'll tell you this much: you can't play with people who are in tech. He was heavy in the tech. He used to buy gadgets, different gadgets, randomly for no reason because he's a tech guy. But that's another thing. Like, just as a person, right? Be willing to say something. Let me say this like so it really resonates. When you speak about people, be willing to say whatever it is about the person. If you're speaking to somebody else about someone, be willing to say the same thing to the person, right? Rule of thumb: you should never be speaking behind someone's back, but there's certain circumstances where you can kind of, like, it's not an option. You have to speak to someone, right? But always be willing to say what you said to someone to the person that you're talking about. I'm just saying, because he's fully aware that the warehouse is fully surveilled. She might not have known that. She's speaking freely and just like whatever, because her eyes are big, man. She sees the prize or whatever. Because if this is happening right now, who's to say that the love was real, right? We'll never know. But rule of thumb: you speak about people, be willing to say what you're saying about them directly to them. That keeps you out of a lot of trouble. And that makes you feel good as a person because you're standing on something.
you guys are going to see the truth come out in a lot of situations. And I think it's over. It's over. Like, I think I've been patient enough. I gave her enough respect. I gave her enough. Not this ain't about subbing anymore. Now this is about coming straight, direct, straightforward. All right, I'm going to sit down with Sean Cotton first. After that, all the other interviews are going to come in, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? The way the taxes were not paid on Reloaded, from her side, you know what I mean? It's a lot of situation. It's a big situation. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, I'm getting ready.
If she was aiming to finesse you from the get go and you left her with the responsibility to pay the taxes, she knew that all ownership and onus falls on you. So if she chooses to not pay the taxes and avoid paying the taxes, but bankroll all the money that's coming in and funnel it over to her own personal accounts, she knew by the time you come out, you're coming out to the biggest tax bill, and you're fully liable. There's no way around it. There is nothing more dangerous than a woman scorned, man. My mom taught me that. I've lived through that. I've seen it with my own eyes, man. They say, like, us as men, we will never be, I don't want to use this word, but I have to. If a lady or a woman decides to be conniving, we can have a conniving contest. We will never win as men. Women will always beat us, man, because a woman can look you in the face and be straight with you. And I'm talking about straight. You think you're good, bro, and cook you, bro. Behind the scene. Cook you. Bad kind, man. Cook you.
To report my van stolen, my trailer stolen, because those trailers and shit was under my name when I was in prison, and a lot of things happened. And I try to save a lot of people in the situation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers is dirty, and I'm getting ready to
They'll
just make
follow
this
the
shit
money.
explode.
So when she had
So
the
you guys
money,
see.
they went
So,
her
hey,
way.
what's up, guys? So
For sure. So, hey, this is just an update, man, directly from Omi himself, man. No hearsay, no speculation. This is from the horse's mouth. And I just want to know what you guys think, man, because this whole thing just reminds me there's no honor amongst thieves, man. And when I say, I'm not saying he's a thief, but I'm just saying at a point in time, he's doing something that was quote unquote technically not honest. He paid the price, man. He gave his time to the system, the rights and like restitution and all that good stuff. I guess he's working on, but this is just proof right here, man. And sometimes as people, when we look at things that are not going our way, we have to kind of pause and start to pay attention to everything else that we have been doing. Have we been treating people right? Was I a bad dude before? Is this my karma, man? Is karma rearing its head and saying, "Oh yeah, there you are," and coming to get me? You got to think about all these things, man. It's unfortunate, But a man like him can never be down. He finna bounce back. He already looks like $1,000,000. It is what it is. All right, my name is Caesar. I appreciate one and all, man, for locking in. And I'll say it again. My name is Caesar, aka Mr. Sneaker Out, and I just thank you for locking in, bro. For real. All right, you've been tuned into apparently this happened. Do me a super solid like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And yeah, man, apparently this happened right here. Omi's not playing anymore. Today's word of the day, man. Be aware of what you do and who you're around and who you trust. Trust. Main word. Be careful who you trust. Don't chase a number, chase a dream. One.
Worldwide.